Good morning. I'd like to invite you to join the community in standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please help me welcome Nathan with this morning's announcements.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, and it's a white day. Senior student Gov reps, please meet Mr. Legge on the front steps of Fuller immediately after chapel. This is mandatory, so please don't forget. Merrimack College will be on campus today in the Colby Conference Room from 10 to 10:30. Please check in with your teacher before attending. There are informational meetings for 2 of the Academy's international trips this afternoon. If you are interested in the German exchange program, please see Mr. Irane in Ranger 113 at 3:30. If you are interested in the art and culinary trip to Florence, Italy, please see Mrs. Loader in Morse 306 at 3:15. If you are unable to attend these meetings, please email the trip leaders so that they know of your interest. A reminder that donation boxes for toys for the children in India are in Tinker this week. Donations can include coloring books, crayons, toy cars, a deflated soccer ball, or similar items. Talent show auditions begin today, April 5th, in Fuller Hall at 4 p.m. Please see Mr. Lovett if you do not remember when you are scheduled to perform. We are still looking for group ensembles and individual talents other than singing to add to our list of performances. If you have a talent in one of these areas, please see Mr. Lovett, and we will work hard to get you scheduled for an audition. Auditions will end this Friday, April 7th. We look forward to seeing you all on April 14th for what is sure to be a great night of talent. Are you looking for something to do after school? Ever wanted to try running but feeling little motivation? Want to meet new people? Come join the Heart and Soul Girls Running Club group on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30. Dorm students, this does count as an approved activity. With questions, contact Ms. Cote in Tinker. No running experience necessary. Just bring outdoor running shoes and a change of clothes. Science Olympiad meets today in Streeter 241 after CP. Attention Writer's Block. We will meet in Ranger 110 on Thursday at 3:30 and then walk about St. Johnsbury to find Poem Town poems. Wear walking shoes and bring a little bit of cash to buy a hot drink at the cafe along the way. All are welcome. The Makerspace will be open this afternoon for crafting and collaboration. Join us starting at 3:45 in Streeter 141. Back by popular demand, a forearm-crushing, body-toning experience brought to you by the Outing Club. Prepare those muscles for the outdoor climbing that we will be doing soon by coming with us to the indoor gym this Thursday. The bus will leave Brantview Drive at 3:35 and return by 6 p.m. See Mr. Holden or Mr. Weiss for details. Dare to explore. Good luck to all of the CTE students that are competing at the Vermont Skills Competitions today and Thursday. And now for Mr. Camilio's Joke of the Week. Last week, I told a joke at a Zoom meeting. Nobody laughed. I guess that I wasn't even remotely funny. Happy birthday today to Dominic Warren. Happy birthday. And in upcoming sports, today we have Unified Basketball versus Oxbow at 3:30. Please dismiss the team at 2:15. And that's all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Nathan. I do have a couple of late announcements. The Unified Basketball team beat Linden with a score of 53-42. Congratulations. I hope you all will consider joining me today to cheer them on at 3:30. One point of clarification in the form of a late announcement. We're eager to keep you safe in the morning, and so When car and pedestrian traffic is particularly high, we've asked for some support from the local police department. So for those of you who have seen the St. Johnsbury PD out in the mornings, nothing is wrong. In fact, we're eager to keep things right. So they're out just helping make sure that you are safe as you're walking, and traffic is at a sort of higher rate in the morning. So that's what they're there for, in case you had been wondering. Today, April 5th, 2023, is the first day of Passover in the Jewish faith. In 2023, Passover begins at nightfall tonight and ends on April 13th. So happy Passover to those of you who observe it. In chapel yesterday, Dr. Howell spoke about awareness, the knowledge or understanding that something is happening or exists. She talked about those opportunities to be aware of the larger world by visiting it, by understanding different cultures. She talked about club offerings and shared an invitation to consider our clubs as a way to engage differently, a way to experience a different kind of engagement and awareness. Dr. Howell talked about and asked us to consider awareness as an invitation to reflect on what others may be experiencing, how they may see the world or feel the world. Awareness, she said, helps us to be more careful with each other. And so today's live announcements build on that invitation to welcome you into a way of considering the experiences of others, a reminder that in a real way, we belong to one another. To introduce Thursday's Caldwell speaker, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Dembski.
All right, put on your party hats, people. An anthropologist is coming to campus. So I'm very excited to be up here to just chat for a second with you about tomorrow evening's Caldwell speaker. So the Caldwell Scholars, Mr. Arain and I, have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Dr. Sienna Craig to campus. So Dr. Craig is an anthropologist at Dartmouth. And for those of you, familiar with the Greek parlance among you, you might realize, anthropology comes from Greek anthropos, pology, study of, blah, blah, blah. So it's a wonderful way of thinking about the world that I think combines some excellent elements of storytelling, people watching, philosophy. I mean, it's a discipline we don't really talk about at the high school level, but I think it's an excellent sort of way of just thinking about human beings and what they do. Yeah, and so anthro as a discipline uses interviews and participant observation to sort of understand the everyday ways in which people interact, which sounds a little bit boring, but think about how many strange and peculiar humans you know, and then it's essentially a discipline about writing and thinking about strange and peculiar humans, which is fun. So Dr. Craig is an anthropologist from Dartmouth, and she's mainly a medical anthropologist. So she often thinks about how people understand health and wellness and what it means to be sick and what it means to be healthy, particularly in different cultures. And her study mainly focuses on Nepal and, at this point, the autonomous region of Tibet. So we've never actually met, but I've been fascinated with her work for a long time, and so this is joy for me to bring her here to speak with all of you tomorrow. We both actually studied with the same program in Kathmandu, Nepal, albeit 27 years apart. And so I've sort of followed her work for a while. And we actually found mentorship in the same Belgian jazz drummer with a silver ponytail who taught us field methods in Tibetan language, which is pretty fun. And so tomorrow's talk is on Dr. Craig's most recent work, which is called The Ends of Kinship. And so it's a book sort of tracing migration between the high Himalaya of Nepal and New York City, and also Vermont more broadly, which she's going to come speak about. And so she's also produced this work alongside a number of short stories and sort of creative work as well. So if you're interested in creative writing, she's also going to be sort of doing a creative writing workshop and talking about what it means to study cultures through poetry and language, which will be pretty neat. So if you're interested in history, creative writing, Asian studies, medicine, mountains, or hanging out and hearing cool people talk about cool things, come on out to the Caldwell event tomorrow, which is going to be the library, Thursday, April 6th at that point, in the library at 7 p.m. So 7 p.m., library tomorrow, for a pretty neat talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dembski. Our next speaker is here to talk about an opportunity that a handful of your peers were fortunate enough to have or be a part of last week. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Smith to talk about Make-A-Wish. Good morning, SJA. Thank you. I'm Ms. Smith, and I'm a teacher here in Newell Hall, but today I'm here in a different role. I'm a volunteer wish granter for Make-A-Wish Vermont. Make-A-Wish grants wishes to kids ages 2 to 18 with critical illnesses. I've worked with many wish kids and families over the years, and it is at once one of the most difficult and one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Last week, for my wish kid Catherine's wish, it was incredibly rewarding, and so much of that I credit to the St. J.A. community. I first met Catherine and her family about 2 years ago. She loves her family, she loves sparkly things, Moana, and broccoli with butter. She's a serious Bruins fan, and she yells at the TV when she's mad at the refs. Her pet fish are named after Disney characters and Bruins players. She's happy about everything, and she hugs you when she sees you. And she has faced the immense challenge of battling cancer for the last 2.5 years. From the start, when I met her, Catherine knew she wanted to go to Disney World for her wish. As a wish granter, it's my job to help prepare for the wish and make the experience special. One of the things we get to do is a wish reveal. This is a celebration when a wish kid finds out that their wish will be granted. My wish granting partner and I thought about what mattered to Catherine. I knew she loved her school, her classmates, and her teachers, and that she hated having to miss school when she wasn't feeling well and for her constant medical treatments. She even hated missing school for snow days. I knew that her school community helped carry her through some really tough times. So it was a challenge, but a fun one. How could we surprise her with the news of her Disney wish in a way that included all the people who she loves and who love her? How could we create a wish reveal party equal to Catherine's delight with life? Part of the answer to those questions was Catherine's own elementary school. And part of the answer to those questions, I am so proud to say, was the St. Johnsbury Academy community. So if your name is up here, please make your way to the stage as I continue speaking. You guys can do that now. Those of you in my advisory, you can get mad at me for this later. So Rory, Marin, Aiden, Siri, Lacey, Emily, Madison, Tyler, Chef B, Jenna, Sophia, Cameron, Destiny, Summer, Jill, Aiden, Isabella, and Mr. Walker. Come on up. The people listed on this slide made our wish reveal event what it was. Absolutely magical for Catherine. And if you make magic like that, I have to recognize you. And so last Thursday, March 30th, 7-year-old Catherine learned at a surprise party in her elementary school gym, with her entire school community plus family and friends there, that her wish to go to Disney, a wish she has carried through a pandemic and her cancer treatments, comes true on April 7th. The Wish Reveal celebration featured a Disney montage by the North Country School of Dance, a musical performance by our own Mouseketeers, you'll meet them in a second, real live princesses and a prince, and a Disney-themed carnival with Disney confections for the whole school. So much of this effort was all St. J.A. Thank you, Mr. Walker and Academy Theater, for allowing us to browse and borrow from the costume room. We found exactly what we needed. Fun fact, I just learned this from Mrs. Began yesterday. She shared with me that the yellow dress that Marin is wearing was the actual prom dress of her sister-in-law back in the 80s. Thank you, Chef B and your professional baking class for making Mickey Mouse cookies and a Disney castle cake to feed 100 plus, that's right. It was such a treat for me to stop in the kitchen to see the process in the week leading up to the wish reveal. What I saw most of all was the incredible planning, creativity, skill, care, and just straight up hard work that the culinary students put into perfecting this beautiful creation for Catherine. Complete with edible glitter, a specially purchased Cinderella figurine, frosting mixed perfectly to get the exact color of the Disney castle, and all manner of Rice Krispie treat towers, dowels, and cardboard to hold this miracle into place. Thank you, Chef B, Destiny, Lacey, Summer, Jill, Emily, Madison, Aiden, Tyler, and Isabella. Everyone at the event was amazed by your work, and be sure to ask Chef B later how much she thinks that cake weighed. Thank you, Aiden, Siri, and Cameron. You are already musical talents, but thank you for becoming Disney musical talents for the day, AKA the Mouseketeers. I know how busy you already were preparing for concerts, festivals, and gigs, and I appreciate all that you did, from your careful song selections from Frozen and Moana, Catherine's favorites, to practicing late at night, to hauling your equipment to Jay. I'm just so grateful. An even better measure of the joy of your music is that Catherine knew all the words and sang along the whole time you performed as she squeezed her Mickey Mouse. All the teachers and her family around her were crying. Thank you, Marin, Jenna, Sophia, and Rory, for so enthusiastically saying, yes, when I explained about Make-A-Wish and Catherine and asked if you wanted to be royalty for a day. Thank you for singing Disney songs as you tried on costumes. Thank you for your stunning portrayals of Belle, Aurora, Cinderella, and Prince Eric. I overheard a few pretty cute little elementary school kids whispering, "Those are the real ones, how did they get here?" Thank you for smiling kind of endlessly. You guys were very popular, like the royalty you were in the photo booth. I can't imagine a more vibrant royal court. Marin, Jenna, Sophia, Rory, Aiden, Siri, and Cameron, you were all so incredibly wonderful during the whole event. Setup, Disney Carnival games, everything. I need all of you to imagine a gym full of 82 elementary school kids all hopped up on excitement and sugar. And then just imagine these wonderful people in the midst of it, naturally stepping in wherever they were needed, playing games with kindergarteners. I think Aiden must have reconstructed that tower, the Princess Power Tower, about 500 times that day. Giving hugs, high-fiving, and just generally spreading Disney joy. I told them they were so amazing with this wish, I'm gonna have to call them back for other wishes. When I got in my car after the wish reveal event was over, I just sat there in the parking lot for maybe a full 10 minutes just thinking about the day. All the love and energy in that gym, all that Catherine and her family have experienced, and how wholeheartedly the St. J community responded when I asked for help with a wish. I may have been crying, maybe, but life tip, if ever you're sitting in a car in a parking lot for 10 minutes, maybe crying, just turn up the radio, start blasting, let it go from Frozen, and sing along at the top of your lungs, and you'll be good. Later that night, I texted Catherine's mom some pictures from the day. This picture got her. "Oh, my heart," she said to this picture. "Thank you for making today a dream come true." I am constantly amazed by the St. J community. It's a place of giving and care, a place of love, a place that says, yes, I'm there, I'm in, when someone is in need. Thank you one last time to these wonderful individuals. I am in awe of the heart, sparkle, and care you gave to this wish to make real magic happen for Catherine. To close, for helping me with Catherine's wish, I want to present each one of you with your own magic wand. You are now honorary wish granters. If anyone has questions for me or interest in Make-A-Wish, come talk to me in Newell. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. And now, as I pass these out, please give these wonderful Make-A-Wish volunteers a huge round of applause. And Mrs. Smith, on behalf of the community, thank you for your work in supporting Catherine and her wish. Make-A-Wish is an incredible organization, and their work certainly is a nightlight in a sometimes otherwise dark night sky. And so if you have any interest, I would encourage you. They're unbelievable. Awareness, being more careful with one another, remembering that we belong to one another. It also makes me think about connection. Connection isn't necessarily having a lot of friends. For me, connection is about belonging, and it's the experience of being seen. Sometimes awareness, connection, and belonging can feel abstract. So as I wrap up chapel today, I want to offer you a moment when I have felt connection and belonging with you recently. Over the last few weeks when I'm not here leading chapel, I make my way to the exit that leads to Colby. And as I stood there the first couple days, I realized I wasn't saying anything, and I just can't stand there being awkward. I prefer to talk and be awkward. And so I started to say, "See you later," or "Have a nice day," or some other variation of a greeting. And since you are all so well-mannered, it didn't surprise me that students started saying it back. I was incredibly grateful, though, for those quick exchanges, and it became something that I really looked forward to each day. Oh, that's better. And when I started to notice that students looked up a bit earlier, anticipating that I would greet them or tell them to have a nice day, or who wished me a good day too, I loved that. It was like a little effervescent soda for my soul, all sorts of bubbly joy that I took into my day. Standing at the door over there reminded me of what I was seeking, that what I was seeking also needed to be what I offered others, which is connection. Please consider your actions. A simple hello, a how are you, help someone feel a little more seen. There are certainly big, incredible ways to do that. We just witnessed one of those. But little actions matter too. You can be a nightlight in your own way, and that's a gift. It really, truly is. I hope you find the occasion to say hello to someone today, or to say thank you, or hold a door. I hope some kind action that you choose to take provides a reason for someone to smile. Faculty.
Good day. You too.
Seniors. Juniors.